What up, guys and fellow lovers of the cube world? Welcome back to another redstone video with me, Giorgio, of course. And today's video is kind of an update to that one over there, where I chose 3 different contraptions from the redstone subreddit. And yeah, I built them. If you want to check the video out, please do. The link is on the card over there at the corner of your screen. Why do I say this is an update? Well, most of the contraptions were a success. Well, actually, all of them were. But one of them was not exactly what the person who asked for it, wanted, basically. Crippler3 reached out to me and told me it is useful what you did and it works, but it's not exactly what I need or what I want. So what I had done is this TNT Duper that basically aligned the TNT to one block and dropped it. Also, whenever you click this node block, the TNT Duper basically moved one block forward. Crippler3 said that it is what he wanted halfway, basically. As I've mentioned, he reached out to me and he said, "Hey Giorgio, it is good what you did, but I basically want a TNT Duper that is stationary, that I can activate it as many times as I need or as I want in the same place, and whenever I consider my hole to be big enough, I can move it by one block." So of course that's what I did. As you can see, we have this little module of flying machine, and it has a TNT duper. Whenever you click this node block, it dupes the TNT, it aligns it right to this block over here, it drops down, and then whenever you need to move the flying machine, you just click this other node block and the whole thing moves forward by one block. But of course, I couldn't stop there. This is what I consider to be the level 1 contraption. I had to go forward, I had to go farther than that. So I built level 2 contraption of the same thing. It does exactly the same thing, just a little bit more advanced. As you saw on the previous one, I had to click the node block twice, and it was kind of bugging me. So what I did is basically update it so that the node block only has to be clicked once, and it of course still aligns the TNT to this block. I compacted it a little bit more by using some honey blocks, a line of honey blocks right there. And the problem with this one was that I did wanted a double triggering of this observer so that this piston extended, left the TNT duper and then extended again and retracted. So I achieved that by using a redstone lamp. But of course, the problem was that whenever I needed to move the contraption one block forward, I still got the double triggering with the redstone lamp. So what I did to solve it is, of course, use another piston. Oh, I just broke it. Another sticky piston right there. And what it does is basically this one retracts or moves forward before this one, then gets it's triggering with this observer, retracts this piston, and basically this piston arrives to the right place when when the second triggering of the observer is happening and retracts the whole TNT duper. It is a pretty cool contraption. It is what I consider level 2 contraption. I couldn't stop at level 2 though. I had to go one step further because I could basically. Uh, Crippler3 said or added to what he had said to me that if the machine could be multi-directional, it would be a dream. That's the word he said. So who am I to kill someone's dreams? I basically did the whole machine multi-directional. This whole thing can move in 3 directions. Now it is a little bit more complicated to those ones. That is true, but it does work. So let's see how it works. First of all, we have, of course, our TNT Duper module. I had to redesign my TNT Duper module. It's that one is actually not mine. I found it on the internet. But yeah, I had to design one new one from scratch. Why? Well, because that one cannot move sideways, and I needed one that could be moved sideways. So this is what I came up with, and yeah, as you can see, it does align the TNT a little bit. It remains with some momentum after dropping though, which is not exactly great because it is not as precise as that one. because that one aligns the TNT perfectly, at least to one axis. But anyways, it doesn't move that much, so it is still quite precise. Then we of course want to move the whole module sideways, but we had reached already the 12 piston push limit, so I had to basically find a module that could allow me to move it sideways from the top. As you can see, we have these pistons that push it one way or the other. So I found this amazing module, well, a similar module to this one, made by a guy named Sakatak 6089 on the Reddit. I of course had to tweak it a little bit to modify it so that it fit with my flying machine. I basically compacted it like 3 or 4 blocks, which is amazing. So, anyways, thank you so much, Sack Attack. I loved your module and I used it here. So as you can see, every time we click this bottom node block or the left one, the whole machine moves to the right. The module is moving as well. And if we click the top node block or the right one, I guess, the whole machine moves to the left by 1 block. That is great. Only problem is, as you can see, just the TNT Duper moves, not this whole thing. So yeah, I couldn't make it automatic. You have to use a button. To make it automatic, I would have to feed another flying machine down here or to the left or to the right, and it was all getting so cramped up that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make a pathway. So I made a pathway of flying machines. So this is a movable pathway that you can follow, and yeah, you can basically follow the flying machine along the pathway. Place your button on the back of that piston, and wherever you want to dupe your TNT, you can start duping as many times as you want on that same place. Then you can of course continue moving the flying machine. If you want to move it 1 block, you just move it another block, place your button and start duping and blasting away. Next problem of course was to move the whole thing forward, because we already have that direction and we already have this direction. We just needed to move the machine forward so yeah, we could blast in both axles. So we can blast that way, then move it forward, blast again that way, move it forward, blast it again that way, and that way we can basically blast in a rectangle position or a squared position. Shape. So what I did to do that is basically made a module that moves the entire thing forward by 1 block. Of course, to move it, we have to return the flying machine of the TNT Duper to its place. You have to align this block with the piston, right like so. Once it's aligned, you are ready to move everything forward. As you can see, even the pathway moves, which is super useful because now you can follow your flying machine along again. I have to make it a little note here that you should take into account when using this machine. If the piston is aligned with this block, do not press this node block again. It will break the whole machine. So if it is aligned, just leave it as is or move it to the right. But do not try to move it to the left. So the piston is right there, you can move it to the left 1 more block, it aligns to the block, leave it there, believe me. You don't want to build this thing again, it's a pain. Anyway, so that's how that works. Of course, you can just move the flying machine. Being in survival, you can move it standing on this observer. You can reach that no block over there, which is the one that moves the machine forward. Click on it. You're gonna find yourself in this weird position. You just come forward a little bit, and you are 1 block forward. I guess 1 block to the front. You move the machine, the whole machine, and it's not even slow. It's pretty fast. As you can see, the pathway also moves with it, and this is an expandable pathway, so you can keep going infinitely basically. You just put an observer, a sticky piston, you have to alternate from honey blocks, then slime blocks, then honey blocks again, so it would be honey blocks. You place 3 blocks like that, and then it can go up to 7 more blocks just like so. And you can basically continue this slime block, honey block, to whatever size you want. just be sure that it is within render distance so that you don't get any issues. Of course, also the TNT Duper module can move infinitely as well. You can follow it through the path. It's a difficult path to follow because, well, you are have made it of slime blocks and honey blocks, so you're gonna be a little bit slow when following it. But it's alright because this is a very precise machine, so you want to be precise with your movements. Anyways, guys, I hope you like it. Crippler, I hope I met your specifications. And yeah, if you did like the video, please hit the thumbs up down below. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.